I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's Collective Tarot Love reading. I have your cards ready. I am going to deep dive and explain in detail by way of the cards what's going on with both you and your person. So let's go. Your crowning card today is the Star card. The Star card pertains to both you and your person. What the Star card is about is to have the courage and strength to make the sacrifice and follow one's heart's desire, true and real love, to face one's fear and overcome past heartbreaks and loss, to change one's outlook from a child's mind to that of an adult mind, to trust, to commit, to fully invest in one's happiness. The Star card. I wish fulfillment. All right, let's carry on. Now you're coming in with the Page of Pentacles. And so what the Page of Pentacles is talking about here, collective, it's coming in as a misunderstanding. It's coming in as a perception. This is what I'm getting. What it's talking about here in your reading, collective, it's, yeah, of course, you showed up to your person showed up to you. But what it also talks about here, collective, it's saying here you didn't connect the dots. This is what it talks about here in terms of this wish fulfillment, in terms of following one's heart's desire. This is what it's talking about here with this Page of Pentacles. Just showing up was enough. Okay, collective, but the truth about this Page of Pentacles here, collective, is the misunderstanding, because this was actually for both you and your person here in your reading. By just showing up was a way in which both, like I said, was a way in which both you and your person were saying to each other here, I am wanting more than just this. But because of your perception here and your person's perception here, collective, you didn't get it. That's what I'm getting. You didn't see this as the truth. It was, for both of you, it was like, okay, there they are. Okay, what are they going to do here in your reading? But what it talks about here in your reading, so your perception, your person's perception was, so what are they going to come towards me? Are they going to take that step in my direction? That's what I'm getting. Yeah, of course, you both wanted the truth. So what it says there, collective, is that you wanted more than just the page. But in actual fact, here, collective, you wanted more than just your person showing up. You wanted them to take some kind of action. But like I said, you didn't connect the dots, and that was actually a bold action for both you and your person. That's what it talks about here in your reading. Okay, so we're going to carry on. All right, collective. Because this was actually a new beginning. This is what it talks about here in your reading. And you know, I spoke about overcoming a past heartbreak here, collective. So because of what both you and your person went through in terms of that past heartbreak, it had nothing to do with you two here, collective. It had to do with your own past, your person's past heartbreak, your past heartbreak here. This is why the both of yous came in this way as a page, but you didn't get it. That's what I'm getting here, collective. You both relied on a certain perception here. And like I said, when you came in with the Star card, the wish here, collective, was that this was going to look different. Your person was going to take some kind of action towards you here as a way of showing you here, collective, that they were interested. But because they just showed up here, once again, didn't connect the dots here, collective, this is what it's saying, your perception, all right, to have that courage and strength here, collective, to go towards your person, and this is what the page is talking about here. Because in actual fact, for you, you wanted your person to take more of an action than that, and that was the same for your person. That's what I'm getting. All right, now you're coming in with the Four of Pentacles here, collective. And so what it talks about there in your reading is that, see, you both held back here, collective. That's what it talks about. And why you both held back here was that fear here, collective. To face one's fear here. And of course that fear here for both you and your person was to overcome a past heartbreak. That's what it talks about here. Now when you're coming in with the Four of Pentacles, what it talks about there is you both still held on to that past heartbreak. That's what it's talking about here in your reading. And for both of you here, collective, showing up like this was a way in which you could solve that problem, that you were in a past heartbreak here, that you were still dealing with the past heartbreak. That's what I'm getting, even with the Star card. Okay, collective? Because the Star card does talk about oneself here in your reading. That's why you're coming in with the Five of Pentacles here, collective. This is what it talks about. So here, of course, you can kind of see it as your person holding back, but you too were holding back here, collective, and you both had your reasons for doing that here. And it's that fear here, that fear to trust in oneself and follow one's heart's desire. The sacrifice here, collective, was to trust oneself. But what it talks about here, collective, is you trusted in each other to make the move. That's what it talks about here. Okay. So what it talks about here, collective, is that both you and your person didn't take that leap of faith here. Because you didn't know what was going to happen here, collective. That's what it's saying, because you both misunderstood the page. Well, for both of you here, collective, even though you came in as a page, you didn't know what action to take after that. Here, you were both you and your person, in terms of your perception here, collective, were looking for subtle clues. This is what it talks about here in your reading. But there were no clues here, collective. You had to follow through with it. That's what it talks about, courage and strength here, to follow your heart's desire. Yeah, of course, what held you back from actually following your heart's desire, collective, was that fear of a past heartbreak. Okay? All right, so you're coming in with wisdom here. You're coming in with the World card. And so what the World card talks about here in your reading, collective, is that you had to let go of that fear. You had to release the fear here, which talks about blockages and barriers here, collective. And those blockages and barriers, what it talks about here, collective, is that, well, for both you and your person, what it's saying there is that you avoided, you ignored here. Of course, you're going to say, I ignored my person, but in actual fact, you ignored your heart's desire. All right, collective, here in your reading. So with the World card coming in here, collective, what it's talking about there is trust. Being able to trust in oneself here. Well, to overcome a past heartbreak here, collective. To let go of those negative blockages and barriers. And allow yourself to grow here. Here in your reading. To grow here, collective, like I said, is to face one's truth, one's reality here. Okay? The Star card here. Yeah, you both saw each other as a wish fulfillment here, collective, but because of those mixed messages here, all right, what it talks about there is you've got to follow through with your heart's desire. The sacrifice, like I said, the sacrifice here, collective, yeah, is to overcome your fear and come out and overcome or come away from or deal with and work through a past heartbreak and loss here, collective. All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Empress card, and what it talks about here in your reading, collective, is that definitely a temptation here. And you know, and when I spoke about with the page and the misunderstanding here, collective, that was actually the new beginning, but looking for subtle clues here, because both you and your person didn't take a leap of faith here, because you were waiting for the other person to take the step here in your reading. Now, coming in with the Empress card, what it talks about here in your reading is that you were used to it being a certain way. That's what I'm getting here, collective. That initiation here, collective, in terms of subtle clues here in your reading, you were used to the other person. You wanted your other person to make the move here, to come towards you. You know, what it also talks about here in terms of the Empress card here, collective, is that you've never had that freedom to truly express here, to follow your heart's desire, which is why you waited for your person to make the move here in your reading. But of course, there was an expectation here, collective, all right, coming in with the Empress card, because it tells me here in your reading, your past pain, just bear with me here, collective, your past pain and heartbreak here had to actually do with the way in which you were raised. This is what it talks about here. It's telling me here you followed it to a T here. And so when it came to your person, as well as yourself being able to follow your heart's desire here, collective, you still held on to the past here. That's what I'm getting. Because you're coming in as someone quite disciplined here, collective. And so even within that discipline here, collective, there's a fear element here. This is what it talks about. All right? The fear to get it wrong, the fear to be reprimanded, the fear to be yelled at here, collective, not listened to. Here in your reading. So you showed some kind of restraint when it came to your person here, collective. All right? Which is where the Page of Pentacles came in, that misunderstanding came in here. All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Hierophant guy, and so when you're talking about your person, the Hierophant guy, here in your reading, for your person, they too were used to it being a certain way is what I'm getting. Your person just showing up here, collective, and most times, if not all, people approach your person. And that's what they were looking for here. That's how your person, those were your person's subtle clues is what I'm getting here in your reading. See, what it can also talk about here in your reading, here, of course, your person has choices here. And so they're used to being the choice. That's what it talks about here in your reading. Not being the one that chooses, not being the one that follows their heart's desire here, collective. True and real love. Quite stubborn is your person here. So they too misjudged here, misunderstood the page, the showing up here, collective. So your person may have stood there thinking to themselves, okay, now where is it going? What is she going to do? Okay, there she is. Sorry, there they are. Now what are they going to do? And you were the same, here, collective. That's what I'm getting. Well, for the both of you here, collective, what it talks about there also in terms of the sacrifice here, okay, and I said it was a fear, here, collective, was for both of yous here to know, I don't think you guys realize that either, to know what each other were going through. This is what it's talking about here in your reading. Because it's like saying here in your reading, both you and your person were, choose me, choose me, choose me. And you were saying choose me, and your person was saying choose me, here, collective. But because there was a difference here, collective, because your person is different and you're different here, I just come in with expectations. You both had expectations on each other, but didn't actually appreciate here, because you misunderstood the showing up, the page, the collective. Let's keep going here. Now you're coming in with the Three of Swords, and so what the Three of Swords is talking about here, collective, it's a past pain, it's past heartbreak here, collective. And I spoke about that with the Four of Pentacles when it came to both you and your person. And this kept you trapped in fear here, collective. Not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting. See, with this Three of Swords, what it talks about here in your reading is that you didn't want to be reminded of what happened to you in the past, which is why you didn't make a move, is what it's talking about here in your reading. You, of course, both you and your person are going through heartbreak here because you both misunderstood each other. Patience, here, collective. Here in your reading. Because what I get here, collective, is that both you and your person still get triggered here, but it's a past heartbreak. I spoke about overcoming your fear here, collective, or facing one's fear to overcome a past heartbreak. Because and I spoke about it, collective. This is talking about the Four of Pentacles, why both you and your person held back and you didn't follow your heart's desire. Yet you both wanted to, here, collective. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Seven of Cups here, collective. And the Seven of Cups is both you and your person. This is what it also talks about here in your reading. Like, yeah, you both have options here, collective. What it talks about here in your reading. But what it can also talk about here is, well, illusions here. Being delusional here, collective. Here in your reading. And like I said, it had to do with that page showing up here, collective, and wanting more from that. But misunderstanding here, collective, is that the new beginning was actually the showing up, the page here. That's what I'm getting. I just want to make sure I hit this card properly here, collective. Okay. the Seven of Cups. Okay, let's keep going here. Yeah, because it kind of talks about here, okay, with the Seven of Cups, I just want to touch on it, is that your person has options. This is what it's talking about. And because you didn't take the opportunity here, or didn't know, or well, still trapped in that fear here, collective, what it talks about here is that your person went to others. But what it also talks about, well, where it was familiar, but what it also talks about here, collective, is that you too may have gone towards other people as well. All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Queen of Wands. And so what the Queen of Wands is talking about here, collective, is that you're the truth. Here, you are the sun for your person. They do see you here, collective. But you too have to follow through with your heart's desire. All right. Okay. Now you're coming in with the Hermit card. And so what the Hermit card is talking about here, collective, is knowing oneself. This is what it talks about here. As to why both you and your person, one's reality here, collective, the truth about oneself, facing one's fear, overcoming heartbreak and loss here, collective. All right. Removing blockages and barriers that stop you, stop you. You're coming in with challenges and obstacles here that stopped you from going towards each other, towards your person. This is both you and your person. This is what it's talking about here. Learning more about oneself here, collective. Which is also talks about the Star card, learning about oneself. Now you're coming in with the last card here, collective, the Three of Cups. Now just before I touch on that, I just like to say I offer counselling, mentorship, advice, programs and tarot readings. If you're interested, details are all in the description box below. I am not just a tarot reader. The Three of Cups. Okay, collective, what this talks about here in your reading is it talks about coming out of a past cycle, is what I'm getting. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Learning more about oneself is what it's talking about here. Learning more about one's negative here is what it can also talk about here in your reading. Okay, both you and your person are in denial is what it talks about here, collective. I'll just be straight up. Okay. You both want each other, but you're making out that you're happy and you're not happy. This is what it talks about. Happiness here is that wish card, the wish fulfillment card, but more importantly here, collective, it's about oneself. Okay, so that you are able to follow through with your heart's desire. True and real love here, collective. All right. Okay, thank you for watching. Join us in the Facebook group and I'll catch you later. Bye.